everyone, my name is Kaikun6 and here's another episode of Playlist Stories. I have been wanting to do this episode since maybe last week or something, but then I ended up going shopping and this and that, so that's why I wanted to do a shopping haul video for you guys last week. And so I did say I was going to make either a crafting video or a playlist story video, which I have done no crafts whatsoever, so I decided, you know what, let's do a playlist story video. This one might be a little bit long because I'm not sure if I'm able to explain things really well about this person that I'm about to, talk about, but we will see. But plus, before I get started, I wanted to say that I ordered something for my husband for a Christmas gift, and I just know he don't watches my videos and all that, so basically I can just spoil the gift here for you guys. But I bought him something from TeePublic, and I ordered it maybe last week, and it got here today. So I was like, you know what, let me just show you guys what the gift is. And so, as the name suggests, it is TeePublic, so they do t-shirts and some other stuff for it. And so, I wanted to show you guys what I ordered for him real quickly. And it's this, which is kind of an indie shirt, or an indie artist made this shirt, and it's a Gundam. I think it's called a Death Scythe, I'm not sure, but it is really, really cool. They had other options for different colors of t-shirts and stuff like that, but I wanted to go with black because I don't know how often my husband is going to be wearing this color. And the other color options, I did ask him ahead of time because I didn't want to ruin his gift for him that much, even though he did kind of saw the design on there or whatnot. But I did told him that, I asked him, what color shirt would you want? And so he went I'll go with black, because the gray options that had it felt like it was not going to be good, and plus he don't like white that much. So yeah. So anyway, that's all I wanted to show you guys. And so yeah, let's go get started in this week's video. So, as the title says in this video, it's Very Good by Block B. Very, very weird about this song. I don't know why. This certain person came to my mind when I was listening to this song just the other day. And plus, this was a song that got stuck in my head for a little bit also after that. And then just memories of this person popped up, and I have mentioned this person before, and I thought, you know what, maybe I'll talk about it this time. And so it does connect to the other two videos that I have talked about, where it was with JC, and then it was Erica and her kids and stuff like that, and how Erica got to know, well also with Virginia that knows Sophia and this and that. And so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna probably group Sophia and her son Alex, which I am gonna talk about today. I didn't want to use real names, but since nobody has really have in contact with these people as far as I know, and I highly doubt my mom even talks to these people because it's been a long time since she's ever mentioned them and this and that. And so yeah, sorry, I'm just playing with my hair. It feels a little bit weird today. I don't know why. So anyway, so out of all the songs that I have listened to over the years, this one was one of those things that my sister listened to. I think it was right after high school or something like that, and then I kept hearing it most of the time until the next new song came out and this and that. And so yeah, and so for some reason this song just brought up Alex, and I have mentioned him before, and if you haven't, this is my first time explaining it or something, then I'll just explain it again. So my mom met Sophia, which is a woman from El Monte, when my mom used to live in El Monte, California. And sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, she met him through met her through a job, and then naturally she wanted to introduce me, my sister, and my brother at one point to her son, which that was really nice because he was such a really cool kid. And he's still a cool person as of today from the last time I've had my interactions with him. Because I haven't seen him since 20, no, it might be I just remember seeing him maybe one more time after high school, and then after that we got busy. He started doing his career, which he became a registered nurse. And I think like he now lives with he doesn't live with his mother anymore. I don't know, but like I'm gonna explain it all in order because like I have a lot of thoughts about this person, especially since like I grew up with him and stuff like that. So I have known him since I was in childhood. So like I have like little notes in my notebook, like I have shown before in some of my videos, that about this person and this and that. So and I will use like the full names and stuff since, like I said, there's nobody associated with this person anymore, and I highly doubt any of my friends and family know who I'm talking about. But yeah, so Sophia and Alex Rios, that's their real names. But for the longest time, since like we've known him, like me and my sister has known him since childhood. My brother barely talked to him because of his job and everything. But my cousin Alex still, you know, looked up to him. So yeah, so we called him Cousin Alex naturally because like out of all the family members that we have, like even though he's not blood related to us at all, like he still felt like family, and so we included him as like our cousin. And so, and then when I remember when we started saying that to him, he got so happy. He was like, "So does that mean that you're my aunt?" And my mom was just like, yeah, you're my nephew, basically. And so I was like, yay. So he started calling my mom aunt. And so I just thought that was really sweet. And so it's been like that since years, for sure. Like sometimes he'll refer to her as like my mom's first name, which is Sylvia. Or if not, she'll just call her Thea and this and that. And so it became like this, kind of like an inside joke for all of us. And so I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to stop just calling you just Cousin Alex, and unless I'm referring to you to somebody else and this and that. And so I remembered I explained this to my friends back in high school, and they were like, okay, well, we have people that are like that. I was just like, I guess, but I felt like I was like really close to this person at the time, you know? So yeah, so that's what I wrote down, was like, I met him in childhood. Yes, I did. I met him through childhood, through his mom, like my mom meeting his mom, and then they used to work together, and then they had like this beautiful friendship, this and that, and so it led to, you know, my sister and me meeting Alex and stuff like that. And so, and there were a few times where my mom and Sophia were really close, to the point that whenever my mom mentioned like, hey, I'm gonna go visit my family in Mexico, this and that, like, do you want to come along? And so Sophia always took advantage of it, even though she never really paid for my mom the gas or anything like that. And so there was a few times where her mom and Alex would come with us to drive to Mexico, and he was like, let's just say he wasn't that easy to get along with during those car rides, because all he ever complained about was like, he's hungry, he has to go to the bathroom, he wants to sleep, but he really can't because he don't want to miss out on the scenery outside. And then plus talking to me and my sister, because maybe my sister and I will say something and he just wants to jump into the conversation. And on top of that, I mean, he's the only boy in the whole van, you know, because like there's just me and my sister, there's my mom and then his mom, so he's the only boy. And I think a few times, I think I remembered my dad went along with us, but then he decided, no, I'm not gonna go this time if your friend is coming along. And so yeah, I think my dad didn't like Sophia and Alex at the time. So yeah, anyway, but yeah, there was a few times that he came with us to Mexico driving wise, and of course his mom never paid because she's such a cheapskate. But the experience or the ride was actually pretty fun, because we did got to talk about like different TV shows, what was he into, and plus like it was like something that he could relate to me and my sister, even though we were like a few years younger than him, but like he was still a child, you know, and so he wanted to remain a child. He didn't want to act like his age, and we didn't really care, because like I felt like whenever we always made friends in the neighborhood, they were either like in between our ages, like me and my sister, or if not, they're like way older than me, right? And so it was like really nice that Alex was just only like a couple of years older than me, and so we kind of could relate to him. He taught us a lot of stuff too, and he had like the weirdest personality ever. He really did. I don't know how can I explain it, but there were a few times where whenever like my family went to go visit Sophia in her home, Like, and when Alex was home, like, he would just straight up just be himself. And like, he was very eccentric. I don't know if that's the right word to say it, but he was pretty eccentric. Like, he grew up in a way that I had never thought that, like, I thought that he was gonna go in this direction, basically, because like he was such a weird kid. And then I thought, okay, maybe once he gets older, maybe he'll be a little bit normal, right? Like, maybe he'll like grow out of his phase or something. No, he still remained the same Alex as I knew since I was in childhood. So I was just like, that's really cool. And yeah, and I wrote down, he's a really cool guy. He really is. I remembered a few times I have explained to my friends, like, these conversations I had with my cousin Alex and this and that. And they were like, he sounds like really cool. You need to like invite him sometime to the hangouts. And then I have tried. I remembered like the last few times I have visited Sophia's home. I was like, I really wanted to, you know, like invite him and see if he wants to one day. And I think at one point he like, her mom and Alex were, came over to the house, like maybe a couple times. And I don't remember if I had friends at the time or not, like over, you know, kind of like they came to visit me or something. But I remembered, you know, Alex was chilling and this and that. And then so he was talking to my brother a little bit. My brother was just like, I can't relate to him, so I don't know what to talk to him about. And so, and I told him like, well, he has an Xbox, you know, and then I think he had a 360 at the time. And then so my brother's like, well, I have a PS2 and a PS3 and a PS4, you know, like he couldn't even relate to him, right? And so so like they tried to talk about like some other stuff, and then so my brother was like, you know what, I gotta go talk to my friends and this and that. And so his attention went back to me and my sister, and then we were just like watching cartoons with him or some sort of shows and this and that. And so yeah, so over the years we tried to get to know him, and it was really nice. Like, I felt like it's so funny because like at the time we were kind of like forced to hang out with our family members and stuff like that a lot, because my mom wanted to be like the good person and just visit them often, even though rarely any of our family members came to visit us. And so, and when they did, it was like fights after fights after fights, of course. And so every family has their own issues, but I always felt like mine had the most, because like it was always something financial, or it was something like really petty that happened. I don't know. It was just so weird. But anyway, so I felt like I've gotten closer to somebody that wasn't even my blood, you know? So I just thought, okay, well, let me get closer to this dude, because he's always been really nice to me. And so, but there were a few times where whenever we went to go visit Sophia, he wasn't there, or he had to go to school, this and that, because by the last time I've ever seen him was, he was getting ready to do his RN license or something like that. Because I know he was studying like crazy. He was saying like how many hours he slept, and then he was volunteering at a hospital that he was going to be working in. So that way, he'll get some of like the internship type of stuff out of the way, or just like the field experience. So that way he'll know what to expect once he becomes an RN. And so, yeah, and throughout that process, he decided, like, he kind of felt a little bit lonely, because, like, he has friends, and then he eventually got a girlfriend, which I wrote down on here. The first girlfriend that he's ever had, from what I remember, she was, like, Asian, and that family did not approve of him, apparently, even though she liked him a lot, but they had to break up at some point. And then he got with another girl that was like, I don't know if it's the same race as him or something. I don't know. All I know is the last thing that I heard was that she really loves him, and then she wants to start a family with him. But he was like, well, I need to do something about my career first, because I don't know if my career is going to last this long, even though I do want to. So he was like more money hungry than anything, right? And so that was like the last thing I remembered. So yeah. And then, also, when he was hanging out with his girlfriend, like, he basically kind of, like, realized the stuff that he was missing when he was a childhood, because there was a lot of things that, like, he wasn't even introduced or anything like that. And, like, I don't know if he's ever, like, really enjoyed his childhood that much, because he had to grow up really easily, that poor boy, honestly. But yeah. I even wrote down right here that he said, like, he has a dog that is cute and loyal to him. And that is true, because he has a pit bull. And I have met that pit bull. And I keep forgetting the name of that pit bull, honestly, because I felt like, it's kind of one of those things where you hear it so often, and you always think you're not gonna forget about the name. And then the few times that you've stopped hanging out with him or like visiting a certain person, you just forget the pets' names. And so I was like that with his dog, because I don't remember the name of his dog, but he was such a really cute dog. Like, he was just really nice, and like, he always begs for his attention. It's just so cute, right? And then I even wrote down on here too, which I was just like, I wonder what kind of a tangent I was gonna go from a dog to a TV show, but that's all I could say about it. But like, but his favorite TV show is Entourage. I just remember that because the last few times I did went to go visit him, my mom was just like, hey, like, I'm gonna go do something with Sophia. Will you guys be all right by yourselves? And it's like, yeah. And so me and my sister and Alex, we were kind of like bored. We were like on our phones at the time. We were trying to figure out what's going on Facebook at the time. And I was already kind of like making plans with my friends, right? Like, hey, I'm going to go see if we can hang out with them this weekend, this and that. And then so my sister was just like, okay, like, I'm gonna go, I'll probably go see the movies with Louis or something like that, because that was our usual routine, right? Like, if I wasn't going to the movies with them, my sister and my brother will be the ones going, and then I will be just with my friends, right? And so Alex will overhear this, and then he'd be like, movies and this and that. And so we told him, and he's just like, oh, I would love to go to the movies. And I was just like, well, come to town one day and we'll take you. And then, of course, you know, gas is an issue. And then traveling, because like at the time, he lived really far away from us. And I just couldn't remember the name of the city that he lived at the time. But I just know it was just like, you know, like, I really wanted to hang out with him, like, outside, like, family things, right? Like, I just want to hang out with him as, like, a friend. But that never happened, sadly. Even when I moved here to Texas, it just never happened. And we basically, like, lost communication with him because of his mom, which I have explained before in a previous video. And if you haven't, let me recap and this and that. So, during the video that I did about Virginia and her daughters and all that went down, so Virginia got to meet Sophia at one point. Apparently they were old co-workers too at the time, and so my mom was just like, oh, what a small world. And then so like my mom reintroduced them, and then it turned out that they were both like wanting to take advantage of my mom financially, and that did happen for so many years. And so Sophia decided to, you know, I guess like try to pry into my family's personal life, I would say. Mainly my godmother that lives in Nevada. And so like she was the one who spread the rumors about my mom being dead. And so my godmother went all the way from Nevada to visit my mom in California to see if that was true, and it wasn't. And so she decided, I'm not going to believe any of your friends, this and that. And so my mom was just like, what do you mean, my friends? And so she told her about, like, you know, Sophia and Virginia were spreading these rumors. And I believed it because, like, I thought that maybe, like, they were, like, really close friends. But I guess they were lying to me, and they shouldn't even be your friends anymore. And so my mom, of course, decided, yeah, I'm not going to be friends with them anymore because of those rumors. And my mom was just like, well, I guess I'm going to lose communication with her. And I think she has at some point, because, like, usually whenever I'm, like, talking to my mom or we get into, like, one of these, like, phone calls, this and that, excuse me, she would mention some friends that she still talks to. So today she'll, like, talk to, like, a friend that she made through a job or from a doctor's visit or even, like, from a restaurant or this and that. Because my mom meets, like, very interesting people, like, through these places. And then sometimes they're either really good or they're like really shitty friends that wants to take advantage of her financially, which it has happened more than just once. So the last thing I wrote on here was like, I hope to see him again one day when his mom apologizes to my mom. Yeah, I hope so too. I feel like if I'm ever gonna visit, like come and visit my family and friends in California, which I'm hoping we could next year, where we're trying to save up the money for that, but right now we're just trying to survive the holidays, right? Like we're trying to save up the money, and then we want to like do what we can before the end of the year, because like I felt like we didn't do that much this year since we were still paying rent since June, and then now like, well, then on June, right? Like after June we stopped paying rent, and so we started kind of like just enjoying our peace and this and that. And we just want to like see what we can do by you know, surviving for the rest of the year. And then next year we're gonna have like new goals, hopefully, that me and my husband will pull through, because we've let a lot of things like get to us for the past like 6 years, and we don't want that to happen anymore. So we're kind of like, you know, looking forward in our lives now, so that way we can just protect our peace, and then want to be surrounded with people that bring us like positivity. You know, like if they give us like life lessons, cool, but if they're gonna be annoying us or making us angry, or just like, you know, trying to break that peace, like we're just not gonna hang out with them anymore. And a majority of my husband's family is like that, so we're gonna see what we can do. But yeah, anyway, but yeah, so going back to the Alex and Sophia thing and my mom ish and all that, it's just ever since those rumors of my mom dying has been like spread, even my own family members believe that. And there were a few times that my mom will come home from like doctor's visits, or like even when we were going grocery shopping, right, when I was still living with my mom and stuff like that, like family members would come to the house and be like, oh my god, so it wasn't true that you died, this and that, because like it would be weird, because if somebody should inform us if like somebody died and all that. And my mom was just like, yeah, don't believe that person anymore, because she's been spreading rumors. It went all the way to like Nevada, and it even spread all the way to your cousins in Iowa and this and that. Like we have family everywhere, honestly, you guys. Like I have family everywhere, and so everyone was just shocked. So that's why they're like, yeah, I don't think you should be friends with her anymore. And so my mom was just like, no, I actually need an apology from her, and to stop spreading rumors about me like that. And so, and it's been a while since I heard anything from her. I know it's been over probably like 5 or 6 years for sure. I felt like the rumors stopped like a year or so before I moved here, so I'm guessing it might have been like almost a whole decade since we heard anything from her. So yeah, I don't know if like my own family has, you know, went to go visit her even after I moved away from them and stuff like that, or even when I was in town and then they went to go see them. I don't know. I felt like they would tell me those type of things, but they never said anything. They're like, no, we're trying to keep to ourselves now, since like we are also trying to protect our peace. And I was just like, okay, cool. So yeah, that's everything. I'm kind of glad this wasn't a long video, because there was a lot of things I did wanted to mention like about my cousin Alex, because like I said, memories surfaced whenever I was listening to some songs, sorry, and I felt like I wanted to explain a few things about it, because I'm like, I really do miss cousin Alex. I wish I was able to hang out with him at one point. I don't know if I should find a way how to reach out to him and talk to him, like give him my number or something, so that way he and I can still keep in communication with each other, because he's such a very lovely person, despite, you know, like his mom and my mom just not talking to each other. But yeah, and then one more story I did wanted to add on here, or like an experience I should say. Also at one point when we were going to Mexico, I remember this because it was the most painful experience I've ever had as a child. Okay, so what happened was, like, even though I do love him, but I hated him for this one experience that I had. So what happened was, at one point, we took a break during one of the rides of going to Mexico, or like my mom was on her way to go pick him up. I don't know. Anyway, my mom was talking to Sophia privately behind the van, and then we stopped at a park because they thought that it was going to be really good for us kids to hang out and this and that. And so we went to like this park. It was kind of like a very rundown park, this and that. And I just remembered like my sister wanted to do the swings and this and that, and Alex wanted to do the seesaw. And I guess you guys know what happened until then. So I decided, you know what, let me get on the seesaw with Alex. And so my sister was in the swings, kind of like keeping an eye on us, sort of. But she was just mainly like, okay, like if something happens to my sister, I will just straight up just jump out of the swings and then try to save her, which she has done. So what happened was, I was doing the seesaw with Alex at the time. And I know we were like kids. I remembered I was probably like maybe 8 or 9, who knows. I was really young, and he was like maybe 10, 11, 12. I don't know. I know he was like a few years older than me. And so he got really, really, really good at the seesaw, if you know what I mean. Kind of like he uses like his hind legs to like just jump really high in the seesaw. And I was like, okay, what is he gonna do? And so at one point, he got me to basically the very top of how much that seesaw was gonna get. And I remember at one point, he decided to be like a fucking dickhead, right? He jumped off the seesaw, and then straight up, I felt the seesaw just go like this, like really, really fast going down. And once that the part of that seat of the seesaw hit on impact on the ground, I felt my, I don't know how I'm going to word this really well, but my vajayjay. I felt my vajayjay hurt. And it hurt so much that I was actually sore for a couple days. I remembered, I was like, you son of a bitch. I remember cursing at him, and he was just like, I thought it was gonna be funny, you know? And not only that, like, I can do that because you're a girl. And I just said, well, you don't think like just because guys get kicked in the balls all the time, like it hurts? And like, I know it hurts, but for girls, like, it won't hurt. It fucking hurts too, you know? We're very sensitive down there too. And so I remember being in pain. My mom yelled at him, this and that. Sophia also yelled at him, saying, why did you do that? You know, like, you could have had her in a hospital, and then maybe she would have been wrecked or something. And to be honest, you guys, it felt like my hymen was broken, like it got ripped apart or something. I don't know. It was like this excruciating pain that was like right around that area, my vajayjay. It even hurt to where my thighs are, like my inner thighs, and a little bit part of my butt at the time. And I was a tiny girl, so I was feeling pain everywhere, wherever I sat at around that metal part of the seesaw. And so my mom had to had me like, well, what she did was she quickly went to like a nearby convenience store or something. She got like a bag full of ice, and she had me sit on it like a donut, so that way I'll be able to be free, I guess, from the pain. I don't know, like to relieve from the pain. And my mom was just like, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, I am okay. It's just, it fucking hurts. I don't want to see Alex right now. He's a fucking dickhead for this. And my mom was just like, you know, like, my mom doesn't allow kids to cuss and stuff like that, but my mom just knew, like, okay, this is an exceptional time for my daughter to cuss, right? And so I just remember, like, how Alex was laughing the whole time. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna go drink some water. I just remembered how, like, his smug face, how he was when he fucking hurt me and this and that. I don't know. It was so terrible. It really was, you guys. Oh my God. I could still remember the pain. That's why I'm kind of tearing up a bit, because I could still remember the pain from all of that. I think that's one pain I am never gonna forget, honestly. And I thought that maybe losing my virginity was like the worst pain I'll ever experience in my life. No, it was that. I felt like the seesaw incident was the one that I felt like that's going to be the most excruciating pain I'm ever going to feel in my entire life. Anything more than that, who knows? But yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to explain that real quick, and I want to go end this video right here because that's all I can remember from this experience. I'm not sure what next week is going to be, because I don't know if I'm going to be busy or not or something, because my husband decided to like take like a little small vacation here and there. I don't know. Sorry, you guys. But yeah, I was trying to put away this notebook, and then like I started feeling the tears come down my eyeball. But yeah, so I'm not sure, but all I know is that hopefully you guys have like a lovely Thanksgiving, And if you got to spend it by yourself, it's okay. You know, like a lot of people have been spending the holidays by themselves due to a lot of reasons. It could be like family or this and that. For me, I will be spending it with my family tomorrow, that's for sure, or like my husband's family tomorrow. And I'm gonna bring over a green bean casserole, cornbread, and I think mac and cheese, because I did ask like way ahead of time. The last time I hung out with my mother-in-law was just like, hey, what do you want me to bring for Thanksgiving? Because because like there are certain family members in there that are not going to be helping with cooking, because the last few times they have stayed with them, they rarely helped with anything. And so I felt like I should not make food for somebody that's not going to be able to help with like dishes or anything in this household, so they don't deserve a meal. And so my mother-in-law was just like, go ahead and pack something small, because I don't think we're going to be eating with them anyway. I think they're going to be with their mother or this and that, or with the other family. And I was just like, okay, we'll see. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to go now. I'm going to go clean up a little bit, because I just noticed that when I was trying to move some stuff around in the small room, I had another order ready for Mercari, because like just before I started recording this video, I accepted an offer from somebody on Mercari. So I'm going to go pack that up, and so that way I can clean this mess. But yeah, so hopefully you guys have a lovely day and a lovely week and a lovely Thanksgiving tomorrow. I just hope everything comes out really good for you guys. Hopefully you don't catch your house on fire or anything like that, because apparently it's been a common thing here in Texas, especially nearby where I live. So yeah, so I'm gonna go now. So bye everyone.